You might want to wear a fabric medical mask to help prevent the spread of the COVID-19. Additionally, sewing and donating fabric masks is a great way to help healthcare providers who are on the front lines of the pandemic. Although fabric masks aren't as effective as medical grade masks, they may provide some protection against germs. Fortunately, these masks are very simple to make, even if you are just learning to sew. If you have a bit more sewing experience, you can create a medical mask with a more complex design. In this video, I am going to show you how to make medical masks easily followed by 13 steps. So, let's go. Part 1. Cutting your fabric. Number 1. Clean your hands and work area before making a mask. When you are making a medical mask, it's important to use good hygiene. Wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds to make sure they are clean. Additionally, use bleach wipes or a bleach spray to disinfect your tools and work surface. If you are medical masks to donate to healthcare providers, consider wearing a face mask while you make them. This way, you won't accidentally breathe, cough, or sneeze on the masks you are making. Number 2. Pick a heavy white, tight woven fabric such as cotton. A tight web will provide better protection from germs. Use a cute decorative fabric if you have it. However, you can also use a heavy white t-shirt or pillowcase if that's all you have. You may be able to get free supplies from a local fabric or craft store if you are donating the masks. For instance, John Fabrics will provide the materials you need to make masks for donations free of charge. Number 3. Print and cut out the CDC-approved pattern. You can check this link from description to access the pattern. Check that the pattern will print at the actual size. Then print it out and double check the scale to make sure it's right. Use your scissors to cut out the fabric. If you don't have a printer, just cut out a rectangle that's 7 inch wide and 8 inch tall. Then reference the pattern as a guide while you are working. This mask is pretty easy to make. Number 4. Trace the pattern onto your fabric and cut it out. Lay the fabric on your work surface with the good side facing down. Place the pattern on the fabric. Then use a pencil or fabric chalk to trace around it. Finally, use scissors to cut out the rectangle. Keep the pattern nearby because it will help you figure out where to fold the fabric when you are making the body of the mask. Number 5. Cut 2 36 inch into 0.5 inch strips of fabric to use for ties. Using fabric ties makes it easier to construct your mask. Additionally, you can easily adjust the fit of your mask by tightening or loosening the ties. Use fabric scissors to cut your ties. If you have fabric with different patterns or colors, you might want to use a different fabric for your straps. Part 2. Making the mask. Number 1. Fold the top 0.5 inch edge of the backside over a fabric tie. Place the fabric you are using for the mask body on your workspace with the good side down. Lay the first fabric tie down on the top of the rectangle. Make sure the fabric strip is centered so that there's an equal length on either side of the mask. Then fold the top edge of the backside of the mask over the fabric strip. To make sure your straps stay in place, line up the rough edge of the fabric with the bottom of the fabric strip. Number 2. Sew along the top to secure the fabric strip. Use your sewing machine or a needle and thread to do straight stitches along the rough edge of the fabric. Go all the way across from one end of the fabric to the other. Leave the sides open so you can insert a wire. This stitch will hold the fabric tie in place and leave a small tunnel at the top of the mask. Number 3. Insert metal floral wire into the pocket at the top of the mask. Cut about 5.5 inch of floral wire. Slide the metal wire into the tunnel you just created. When you stitched down the top strap, use your fingers to push the wire into place at the top of the mask. This wire will allow the wearer to adjust the mask around their nose. If you don't have a metal wire, use a twisty tie. Just strip off the paper first, as it will come off in the wash if you don't. Number 4. Make 3 small folds over the center of the mask to create pleats. The pleating helps the mask contour to the wearer's face, making the first fold about 0.5 inch below the top of your mask. Then, make another 0.5 inch fold and pin the pleat in place. Repeat the process once more to create a total of 3 pleats. Leave about 1 inch of fabric at the bottom, so you can attach the other strap. Use the mask pattern as a guide for making your pleats. Number 5. Stitch up the sides of the masks to secure the pleats and wire. Once you have folded all of the pleats, fold the edges of the front sides of the fabric about 0.25 inch over to the back. Then sew straight stitches up each side to create side seams. Not only will this secure your pleats, but it will also prevent the nose wire from falling out. Don't forget to use the pattern for reference. Number 6. Fold the bottom 0.5 inch over the second fabric strip. Lay the second fabric strip over the bottom of the mask. Make sure the strip is centered so that there will be equal amounts of strap on either side of the mask. Then fold the lower edge of the backside of the mask over the fabric strip. Line up the rough edge of the fabric with the top edge of the strip. Then sew straight stitches along the rough edge to secure the mask around the bottom strap. This is exactly like the first step for making the mask. Number 7. Sew a top stitch around the perimeter of the mask twist to secure it. Use your sewing machine or a hand sewing needle and thread to complete the top stitch. This will reduce the risk of your mask frying or coming apart. You can skip the top stitch if you are in a hurry. However, your mask will hold up better in the wash if you add a top stitch. Number 8. Wash your mask before wearing it. Your mask won't be able to protect you from germs if it's dirty. To sanitize it, wash it in detergent on a hot setting. Then dry it in your dryer for best results. If necessary, you can air dry your mask. However, heat will kill more germs, so using a dryer is your best bet. If you don't have a washing machine, sanitize the mask by boiling it for 10 minutes. Then lay it out on a sanitized surface to air dry. Hope you understand completely. If you have any question, please comment box is open for you. Thank you.